Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are looking at a highly visible, customer-facing bug, the subscription receipt email problem. Our receipt email system is currently confusing and alarming customers. It automatically blasts out a thank you for your payment receipt for every invoice generated, even if the payment actually failed or is still pending. To make matters worse, it prints the billing amount in raw integer cents, telling a customer they were charged $2,900 instead of $29. We will add a strict filter to the email job, so it skips any invoice that isn't explicitly marked with a paid status. Before sending the email, we will also add a simple mathematical conversion step to divide the raw cents by 100 and format it to 2 decimal places, ensuring the customer sees a standard, readable dollar amount. So let's jump straight into the Develow editor and get this sorted out. Let's switch over to our code and break down our failing tests. We have 2 failing tests here, each pointing to one of those specific bugs. Our first test is failing because unpaid invoices are slipping through and triggering emails. Let's ask Develow how to handle this cleanly in Python. I am iterating through a list of Stripe invoices in Python. How do I safely skip over the invoices that are not paid, so I only process the successful ones? Inside your for loop, you can check the status property of each invoice. If the status is not paid, you can use the continue statement. The continue keyword instantly stops the current pass through the loop and jumps straight to the next invoice, skipping over any of the email code that comes after it. So the line basically says, if this invoice's status is not paid, skip it and move on to the next one. Awesome, so a simple if statement with a continue will act like a bouncer, kicking out any unpaid invoices before they reach the email function. But we still have our second failing test, the terrifying $2,900 bill. Let's ask Develow our second question. I have an integer representing cents, like 2,900. How do I format this integer into a string with exactly 2 decimal places for dollars in Python? In Python, the simplest and safest approach is to convert cents into dollars by dividing by 100, and then format the result with exactly 2 decimal places. The common pattern is, take your cents value, divide it by 100 to get dollars, and then format it as a string using 2 decimal places, with a dollar sign in front so 2,900 cents becomes the string $29 and 00. Now, if you want to avoid any floating point rounding surprises entirely, you can do it with pure integer math instead. And you'll still end up with the same clean result. The idea there is, first, find the whole dollars by doing integer division of cents by 100. Second, find the remaining cents by taking cents modulo 100. And then you combine those 2 pieces together as a string, with the dollar sign, the whole dollar amount, a decimal point, and the remaining cents 0 padded to 2 digits. Perfect. F strings to the rescue. We have both pieces of our solution now, the continue statement for filtering and the F string for formatting. Let's jump into billing.py and implement these fixes. Let's review what we just built. Right at the top of our for loop, we added our safety check. If the invoice status is anything other than paid, we trigger continue. The loop immediately skips the rest of the code, meaning we don't waste API calls fetching the customer, and we definitely don't send an email. Then, right below that, we fixed our visual bug. We take the invoice's total, divide it by 100, and use Python's built-in formatting to make sure it always prints with exactly 2 decimal places. So a value like 2,900 safely turns into a clean $29. With both fixes in place, let's run our tests. And look at that all green check marks. Our system correctly skips failed payments, and our customers are seeing the correct dollar amounts on their receipts. Great job, and I'll see you in the next one.